when he played, he hated to have somebody carrying on a conversation while he was playing or anything like that. He loved for them to appreciate what he was trying to do, and this was this was his method right through. And some people slip with age as they're playing, but I heard him playing 2 years ago. The last time I heard him playing was 2 years ago at a concert, and he played in Mabo, played probably as good as I have ever heard him playing, and he was then 68 years of age. That was the last time I heard him play.
Everyone who came into this church today, I'm sure, has that same feeling of sadness because they have come here for the funeral service of a very talented man. What Caruso was to the singing world, Angus Chisholm was to the Scottish music world. And those who knew Angus Chisholm well and knew music well would acknowledge that he was one of the best in his line. I learned to appreciate his music as both of us attended school at Margry Forks in grade 11. Each day at noon, Angus would bring out his violin and would entertain us. Each day, I suppose this would be a miniature ceilidh as we would know it today. I'm sure since that time, he has brought joy and happiness to thousands of people with his music.
He would give of his talents so freely and generously on demand, while interspersing his music with anecdotes of such humor that an evening spent with him was never to be forgotten. There is scarcely a lover of Scottish music that does not treasure a tape of Angus Chisholm. He, along with two other names that will live while Scottish music is loved, namely the late Angus Allen Gillis and Dan J. Campbell, were the recording pioneers from this area. As I have indicated, my remarks must be limited due to the pressure of time. But I must say that Angus was loved and admired by all with whom he came in contact. As I look down at what is mortal of Angus, I cannot help but think that he is not really dead, as he possessed what few people do, and that is a sort of dual immortality, inasmuch as his soul is with God, while the strains of his inimitable music will keep his memory alive, where and while the music of the Gael is loved.
Angus, in living, was a challenge to all the fiddlers who were coming up. And as Bill Leamy said one time, you'll be playing with Angus and you'll do very well. And he said, after a while, Angus takes off, you're lost in the woods. So the music is there on the records and the tapes as a challenge to the younger violin players coming up to get the style and to get the tunes that Angus Chisholm played.
Was it unique?
Yes. He had his own fingers which are just like sparks of electricity, and for a bow hand it is just unique. And it'll take a lot of practice on the part of especially the younger ones to reach the state of perfection in bowing and fingering that Angus Chisholm had.